What's up guys? Welcome back for another spare change 4K Blu-ray review. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you like food reviews, click on that link right up here. Today we've got an Alien Covenant on 4K Blu-ray. I won't get into any plot details, but it does involve an alien, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the video and audio quality. But before we do that, let's get into this unboxing. Now for some quick tech specs. This film was shot in 3.4K, it has a 2K DI, it's rated R, runtime is 123 minutes, aspect ratio is 240:1, so for those watching on televisions, you'll get black bars on the top and on the bottom. Those with projectors and scope screens, you're good to go there. Well, initially I started watching the regular Blu-ray, which I thought was pretty good. Then switching out for the 4K disc, I immediately noticed how much tighter and sharper the image was. It wasn't a night and day difference, but the image just cleared up and was very smooth and very crisp. Shadow detail was more defined, and I could make out textures and objects that were lost on the regular disc. Most of the film is dark. You're either on the ship or on the engineer's desolate home planet. Black levels were excellent, but I thought a couple of scenes were a tad on the light side, but that's really nitpicking. Resolution and facial close-ups were great, pores and facial lines were a bit clearer, and textures throughout the ship were more realistic and had a more lived-in dirty feel about it. HDR usage was also used to bring out better shadow details and specular highlights throughout the ship. The backburster scene in the medbay I thought had super bright highlights, and the color of the blood really stood out. But on the downside, the CGI alien looked pretty fake, and I kept thinking, how much better would it have been if they had just gone with some practical effects? That was how I felt for almost all of the CGI aliens in this movie. It wasn't always enough to take you out of the film, but there was a distinct difference between real and digital.
Or I am going to seriously up your perfect composure.
Now the audio was mixed in Dolby Atmos for both regular and 4K Blu-rays. It has a wide soundstage, especially noticeable on the ship. Here you can hear creaking sounds and other effects creating a bubble of sound around and on top of you. When they reached the planet, there were subtle sounds of wind and water that made you feel like you were outside. The action scenes were dynamic, like Chapter 11. You can hear gunfire from different speakers and the aliens creeping around in the distance and running right up on you. Bass was always low and had a good ominous rumble. Make sure you pay attention to the terraform bass scene in Chapter 3 and turn your subs up. There's some excellent low energy here. So overall for sound, I'd have to give it an 8. It isn't exactly demo material, but the mix blended seamlessly with the visuals to create good tension, and it always followed what was happening on screen. For video quality, I'd have to give it an 8 as well. It is a dark and cold looking film with some good splashes of color sprinkled in, but I felt the darkness kept it from really having that pop that makes you stand up and really notice. I am a fan of the Alien franchise and enjoyed this film, and I think it's a worthy upgrade over the regular Blu-ray. Now if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, check out our Patreon page below, and subscribe. We'll see you guys again in the next one.